Hello everyone, welcome back. I am so excited to have these journals to share with you today. They are some of the most beautiful things I have ever made, and I've been holding on to them for a little while, waiting for the right time to film. I mentioned in an earlier video that these two are spoken for. I would still love to show them to you guys, probably in a separate video so this one doesn't get too long. So I will just sail these guys off to the side and I will show off this beauty, which is kind of like a sunset themed seascape, I guess. And it was so much fun to make these covers. They are quilted. This is the back side, which is, I'll show it to you in a little bit. It has the really interesting stitch lines, and these are just strips of fabric that I cut into various shapes. This is the back, also extremely beautiful. And you have this little boat and these beads, which from a practical standpoint, they do make the journal a little bit bulky to write in, but because of the way the cover is constructed, you can probably just fold it over this way to get them out of the way, but they were too beautiful and too dreamy to not include. So yeah, this is the cover. It's a tie closure. These are muslin strips, and when you open the journal, you will see, like I said, this is the pattern from all the sewing, and it's almost just as delicious on the inside as it is on the outside. This book, this journal, I forget, to be honest, how many pages it has. I will have that listed in my Etsy shop. I used a lot of vintage ephemera. This is an envelope. Yeah, this particular one opens here on the side. This is also a blank, empty envelope, I should say, and an index card that are in this front pocket. And this is, to be honest, one of my favorite pages in the journal. So you have some beautiful specialty papers here. I turned it into a pocket. Lots of tags that I made with strips of paper, and the sewing makes these beautiful journaling spots. This is a wallpaper pocket, and then I added a lot of ephemera that you could collage with. So these are pages from the Greg shorthand book, and just a really old, you can see the aging index card that I picked up somewhere. There's a lot of tea staining on pages, a lot of vintage pages, and of course ruffles, because it just goes with the Seascape vibe. So tape. This is obviously aged, or made to look like aged tape. Sequin details here, and then just tags and vintage ephemera. This is a really cool, I don't know if it was like a receipt book or what it was exactly, but this is quite showing up on camera. It's a gorgeous blue paper, and then you can write on the back side. This is a piece of avocado dyed paper that I got from, I forget the name of the shop. I will link her below though. Here you have this beautiful, it's like a rustic tag. If you would like more writing space, you can either gesso or paint over this, or just put a piece of like tea stain paper. It would look cool. Here is another wallpaper pocket, and then it has this its own little extra tuck here. I did a little bit of stamping, music paper, this beautiful vellum sheet, which you could probably either stick something on, staple it, add a picture with brads maybe, or just leave it as it is. It says blank music paper, scrapbook paper. Here you have some old book pages, an old map, and here is a really cute belly band that is sewn on top of the pocket. These are all vintage sorts of tickets and tags and things. And if you see this, it's just so cute with the sequins sewed on and just a little bit of scrapbook paper. More avocado dyed paper. This is an image from a book. It was a bunch of paintings by different artists. And yeah, this one just fit extremely beautifully with this journal. So here's another pocket and a ruffle, and these are vintage receipts. And in here, there's just some bits and pieces for collage inside this seashell wallpaper. Here's another tag made with strips and another wallpaper floating pocket. And I use these beautiful, they're bronze colored paper clips. You can hear the beads from the front of the journal. I love that sound. Here is a double pocket. This is an old vintage receipt. Old vintage something. This side is slick. I think it was like a duplicate copy, but you can definitely use it for collage, or you could even write on this side, which is more matte. As I mentioned, this is a double pocket, so you could add something here too if you like. And this is one of those rustic tags. I just had strips left over and I couldn't bear to throw them away, and this is what I ended up with. I added extra papers on top of the music to make it suitable for journaling. Here we go, some beautiful marbled paper that reminded me sort of the sand patterns on a beach. A pocket, dictionary page, Greg shorthand, and a tag. The center is avocado dyed paper. I think it's more pale on camera than it is in real life. In real life, it's a beautiful pink that's actually quite close to the shade of my sweater. Here we go, another tag. This is a vintage aerogram, and it's completely blank on the inside, so it's perfect for journaling on. I kind of wonder, because it's already stamped and addressed, so I wonder what the story behind this one is. And another wallpaper pocket. Here we have another ruffle and another pocket with these delicious sequins. And in this pocket, this is another piece of that same blue accounting bank book something. I should probably have looked it up. And another receipt. And this is a tiny little original watercolor painting that I painted a couple of years ago. Well, several, in 2015, and I've just been holding on to it. And obviously, this is where it is supposed to belong. So you will get this cute little original watercolor. This is another one of those. It's actually the same picture from earlier. I just cut it in half to make a good size journaling tag. Wallpaper pocket. This journal is a little bit on the stuffed side. So you can definitely take out the things that you don't want to use them in other journals, take them all out when you start journaling, and then add them in as you need them. Obviously, whatever you would like to do with it. Ooh, this cute little cluster up here with a tiny little iridescent sequin. You have another, this one's actually a pocket and a double belly band. So you have this belly band here behind the marbled paper and this second belly band here with more sequins and vintage pieces. This is, I don't know if this is vintage, but it's an old book. This with the delicious, it's rusted and sort of You can take it off, but I feel like it just belongs on this paper here. This is a little envelope made out of music paper and another tag. One more pocket back here. These vintage pieces. Stamping. And another double tuck spot. You could put something up here if you like. Greg shorthand. Another pocket with, this is another rustic tag. Wallpaper pocket, map paper, vintage receipt, and this is an empty or blank check or receipt, something. Wallpaper pocket, music paper for collage, and that's the end of the journal. So there you go. It ties up pretty well. There's room to chunk it up, or like I said, take out some of the papers to make it thinner if you would like. And by the time this video is up, this beauty will be available in my Etsy shop. If you would like a custom Seascape journal, let me know. I don't have any more of these bead strands. I might be able to pick some up, or I can do something else for the next journal. But let me know what you're interested in and what colors you would like in your journal. All right, see you soon.